We will get our meeting started. Thank y'all for being here. Great to see a good crowd here with us tonight. First item on our agenda tonight is called to order, so I'm going to call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. Item 2 is to establish a quorum. We've got all 5 board members present. Item 3 is going to be our invocation. It's going to be led by Dr. Josh Swindoll.
Father, we thank you for the day you blessed us with, this opportunity to be here, and Lord, we pray, God, again, continuously for our community, family, all that was affected, God, last weekend, we just lift them up, to you, God, we thank you for the strength and support that this community has shown, in these trying days, and we pray, God, for the days ahead as well. Lord, I pray for our board, our superintendent, our leaders, our school, principals, teachers in the classroom, God, that they would be guided by you, to give students what they need when they need. And Lord, we pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Item 4 is Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Bradley Coleman, can you lead us to stand?
Attention, salute, pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, item 5 is going to be adoption of the agenda. Board, you've got an agenda in front of you. We'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Got a motion, we have a second. Discussion on the agenda. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6 is approval of minutes. We've got minutes from a March 17th board meeting and a March 17th work session. Take a second to review those minutes and entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 7 is going to be reports to the board. I'll let Dr. Sutherland introduce those.
Okay, we'll have a financial report first from Mr. Bradley Coleman.
Make them sit through. Okay, board, I'm reporting to you for March 31st, 2026. This is our 6th month of our fiscal year, so all our numbers should be hovering around 50% of what we're projecting. Currently, we're at 54% of our budgeted revenues. That's right in line where we thought we should be. Local revenues, we've collected 8.5, almost 8.6 million to date. That's about 61% of what we projected. A lot of that has to do with the way sales tax and stuff flows through our books. Expenditures are at 49%, which is really good for this time of year. Means that we've tracked our expenditures in line with what we expect, and then with some budget amendments and some adjustments, we should be in pretty good shape to end the year. Payroll for March was $3.4 million. That's about $108,000 increase over last year, right in line with what we projected. Payroll expenditures are at 50% of our budget. Accounts payable for March was $1.2 million. Some of the larger items, the 2018 funding agreement, we talk about it every month, $25,000. Alabama Autism Center, almost $40,000. $128,000 for the power bill. Southland International Trucks, $291,000. That was the purchase of our special ed bus and our regular ed bus that we were able to get. BCA, that's $400,000. That's for the construction at Barker Bridge. And then we had 2 larger payments to Wood Furniture for some CMP of $70,000 and $50,000. We ended the year, or ended the month, of excess revenue over expenditures of almost 1.3 million compared to last year when we're in a opposite of 400,000. So you see the swing. So we're doing really good tracking there. Unreserved fund balance at had February, excuse my misprint on my memo, of 13 million, which is equivalent to 3.37 months operating. Really healthy for this time of year, knowing that we're about to gear up for summer school and finishing out the year. Just some other notable items. We did receive We wrote and received a $100,000 grant, which we will match it's a 100% match, so we'll put $200,000 into the Burleson Center next door. We've got some roofing, lighting, some really good things that we're gonna push into that building to make it more of a useful space and just to keep it, for lack of better words, to keep it maintenance and going well. Sorry. I have to catch them next time. I had some other stuff from the junior high, Miss Kimball had shared. I'll share it next time. She got some money, she wanted to thank, Senator Stylhaven for their project that they were able to do with their projector and stuff in the room, and then $2,500 grant of some sort they received. I'm close. But, other than that, that's all I had, unless y'all have any questions.
That's good. Very good.
Thank y'all.
All right, superintendent's report.
Good evening, thank you all for being here. I just wanted to start by saying, and sort of piggybacking on what Josh said, Dr. Swindle and his prayer, we appreciate all the love and support that was shown this past week during a very difficult time. Our administrators, our teachers and staff did an amazing job supporting kids. Our mental health coordinator, our school social workers were all hands on deck to support our kids during that hard time and their friends. And so we just are so thankful that our community is so supportive of our schools. And the family cannot thank our schools enough for all the love and support that they've had during that difficult time. As always, there are many things happening in our schools. And I hope that you all look at our newsletter where we highlight all of our students and teachers and staff who are doing extraordinary things. And so that will come out again in the next couple of weeks. And so we know there will be many more accolades that come between now and May, and many teams and organizations and clubs are involved in a lot of things going on right now, and so we are excited for all the things that we will accomplish as we close out this school year. One thing I do want to recognize tonight, so tonight we have Chris Blue and Doug Holbrooks from Inline Lighting, as well as Will Mitchell from Stewart Electric, and these two companies came to us and said, we want to help. We want to give back to Hartsville City Schools. Our children are here, and we want to redo the lighting and some LED fixtures around our high school. And so we are very thankful for them and all that they have done. And so we have a special treat for them tonight. Some of our coaches, and actually one of our coaches, Coach Wimberly's manufacturing class, has created a treat for them. And so if you guys will come forward, I will present that on behalf of Coach Wimberly and Hartsville City Schools. It was made by our manufacturing students, so for your offices, just a small token of our appreciation, so thank you so much. Y'all stand up behind. Robin, you got your phone?
Don't get off that. Thank y'all.
I also would like to say that we know that we have lots of robotics teams that are in our schools that have been very successful in doing the worlds. But we also have one team I wanted to recognize. They are part of the Morgan County 4-H, and that team has the Donut Divas, was very successful as well. And so that independent team is also doing worlds. And we have one student, Lexi Broom, and she's at the intermediate school. She's 6th grade. And so she was chosen to represent in the Parade of Nations at the beginning of robotics. So she is one of 15 students across the nation that will participate in that parade and represent Hartsville. So although this team is not an internal team, they are very much all of our students and a part of what we do, and they are prepared by our teachers, and so we're very excited for them as well. So they will join our teams that are our school teams, but also be there for Worlds. And then also we received word that Miss Stephanie Roden, who's at FEB, was awarded the Southeast Regional Volunteer of the Year for the drones competition. And so, I think that just goes to show her involvement in making sure our drones and robotics teams are prepared and her dedication to those programs. And so we wanted to recognize her. And at this point, we're going to have our recognition of our schools, and every principal will come forward. And since we have them here and they're waiting patiently, we'll start with Ms. Carissa Lane and her Crestline students.
So, good evening. We have the pleasure of highlighting one of the wonderful things that we do at Crestline. And for us, it's Club Day, and you can ask all of them. That's on Fridays from 8 to 9. Our school, it comes alive, and some of our board members had the opportunity to walk through. But this is a pre-K through 4th grade effort that we do on Fridays. And so it's very important for our kids to do things outside of school, to be able, or outside of the academic classroom, and really explore things that they want to do, that they have interest in it. And our students sign up. So what we do is first we start with our teachers. Our teachers are passionate about things. Tonight we're going to have our sign language club, and so Dr. Lee is passionate about signing. She does it at her church on Sundays, and so we ask our teachers to do a club that they are passionate about, so that way they can share that passion with our kids. And so each of our teachers pick something. Our students, kindergarten through 4th grade, sign up, and on Fridays we meet. Pre-K's not quite ready to make the decision yet, but they do rotations among the teachers. But it is so much fun. I always say I have the highest attendance on Friday mornings and the least amount of behavior because nobody wants to miss clubs. But it's just so wonderful, and there's nothing better than walking through the halls and watching our kids learn. So you can go to the next one. Okay, so of course we have art club. That's always a big one. We try to make sure that we choose the students rank their choices 1, 2, and 3. We always try to make sure they get their first choice, but sometimes we have to go to them and say, hey, would you be willing to do your second choice? Because the whole point is to have kids engaged in things that they want to learn about, and when they're excited about learning, then good things happen. So art club, the next one, board games, and bracelet club. Now the bracelet club has been a huge hit. I mean, names on bracelets. We had a lot of boys who were in the bracelet clubs this year, making it for their moms and their grandmas. It was great. Our kids then used that time during the bracelet making club for inspiration. So they made bracelets for nursing homes and other people who were home and were unable to get out of their homes. And it was such a wonderful thing to watch our students do that. The Bug Club. That was a huge favorite. Miss Owens came in this year, and they did bug collections and different things like that. And so, oftentimes bugs are not always a favorite for adults, but for children, they absolutely love it and they learn so much. All right, STEM Club, that is huge. So each week they got to engage in some hands-on learning. And what she did is when the kids first came in, she said, hey, what are you interested in? What do you like to build? What part of science do you like? And the kids gave her a list, and that's what they worked off of. So it was wonderful. Of course, Lego Club, that's always a big one. Our kids had to come up with designs that help solve a problem, and then they built that design with their Legos. Science Club, of course, that always goes hand in hand with Miss Johnson, who is over our outdoor classroom. And so we had lots of people from the Extension Agency and different Alabama Wildlife come in. They also dissected owl pellets, which is pretty cool. I know, we're looking through poo, but it is really neat to really see what's inside that, and the kids loved it. Okay? And then the Zentangles Club, that was an extension that kind of took art to a different level, and our kids, it's based on a book that Miss Adams reads and then takes them through that, and they absolutely love it. And then there's just a couple of pictures of our pre-K. So what we tried to do is we tried to take what all the older kids were doing and try to put it down on a pre-K. So the K4 students, they meet for an hour on Fridays. Pre-K did about 25 minutes. Okay. All right, so at this time, I have the pleasure of highlighting our Sign Language Club and Dr. Lee. So if you guys want to come on up. Come on. Sorry, they were supposed to go in their rows. My name is Debbie Lee, and I do sign at my church, and I've been passionate about sign language since I was probably in 5th grade, and I did take sign in college, so I do have classes on the college level. But the deaf community here in Hartsville is a very left out community. They're isolated because they're not able to interact with us. And we have around 15 families here in the Hartsville area, and they're cut off from church and everywhere else. So I am trying to grow the future right here so that these families will have people that can sign for them. And this Friday night at our new Starbucks is the first annual, and it's actually monthly, Starbucks night for deaf and ASL learners. So even if you've never signed anything, come on out to Starbucks this Friday night and meet the deaf community that lives here in Hartsville and maybe pick up a few signs, which these kids are gonna try to go over this week too. Y'all ready?
Okay, I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. The sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Baby, in my arms, walking through the neighborhood. Living in the present, I would've, should've, I could've. I remember back when I was always a rock. Now I'm standing up, look at what my father does. Turning all things blue, gray skies blue. Hear the church say, you won't keep doing it. I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. It's a good day. No, it's great. Everything I prayed for didn't come in late. I got all I need and I didn't have to wait. Ask me if you love me, you didn't hesitate. Turning all things blue, gray skies blue. Yeah, the church say you won't he do it. I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day.
So just a couple of other dates at Crestline, dates that we have going on. You guys missed out on a fun time. This past Friday, Dr. Sutherland got to come over and see. We had our neon dance glow party, which is just, you know, guys, y'all worked so hard all year and on testing, and we're just gonna let our hair down and have a good time. Lots of dancing, lots of glowing, lots of popcorn eating, but it was just a wonderful, wonderful day, and our kids absolutely love it. The adults love it too. You know, you get to kind of get to relive being 8, 9, and 10 years old again, even though you're almost 50. So it's great. It's really good. We have Earth Day coming up on Friday. So if you guys want to come out and visit us, Earth Day is actually Wednesday, but our kindergarten's on a field trip. We didn't want them to miss out. So activities are on Friday, and we'll be doing that all day. And then of course, once May hits, it is nonstop with field days and parties and everything else. But just appreciate you guys, and anytime you guys want to come over, it's a busy time, as in most of our schools, but busy at Crestline, but we miss its fun.
Can we sing and dance?
Unfortunately, there's some video evidence around there that I didn't catch in time. Yeah.
I might have seen it.
A lot of people did, unfortunately.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Young from the high school.
And like what you just said, same with us on Saturday night. I know y'all were probably there. We had prom Saturday night. I looked down for you. I just missed you. So anyway, seriously, we did have our prom on Saturday night, and it was pretty amazing, to be honest with you. The way it's done now and how organized it was. I think that pretty was. I mean, it's just so prom is done. I said last month that we were the calm before the storm. The storm's here. So I have several dates to go over like and I know there's no way you can remember them, but at least I can share them with you. First of all, I want to say that our AI team, if y'all remember us talking about that, they came here. We had a watch party Thursday, and it looked like it was the football national championship watch parties where they're watching to see if they get picked. Unfortunately, they didn't, but they were there. You know, they were watching TV from Washington, D.C. with them there. So very, very pleased with that. We hate they didn't get there, but they were there. So that's very good. The National Honor Society has their inductions on Sunday, May the 3rd at 2 o'clock, if you can make it to that. I was told it's a very nice, quick ceremony where everyone's recognized, but it's very prompt. So if you can make it to the National Honor Society induction, please do so. A choral concert, spring choral concert, is Tuesday, April the 28th. Y'all know how hard Mr. Pui works and how hard those students work. So please come to that if you get the opportunity. We have an FFA banquet on Sunday, April the 26th. I think everyone's invited to that also. I'm looking forward to going. What a good program he has going there. So their banquet is April the 26th on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Okay, so if you can make it there, please do. Our spring concert for the band is May the 5th. Also, it is also a very, very good thing to go to. It's not terribly long, so it keeps your attention the whole time. It's really, Mr. Key does a great job with that. Then his band banquet is Friday, May the 1st. I know it's a lot of dates that I'm throwing out to you, but we need to at least know what's going on. Senior activities, all of that's coming up, so we're gearing up for that. Our awards day and senior walks will be Friday, May the 1st. And that will be in an auditorium, and there will be a lot of students recognized, so we'd welcome you to come watch that, and then they'll go to their respective schools and do their senior walks after that. The senior picnic is Friday, May the 15th. A bunch of things having to be worked in that day. Some changes have had to be made, but we're adapting to it, and so that is the 15th, that Friday, where they get to go enjoy themselves. And then graduation, of course, you know, is Monday, May the 18th. During this time, we also have AP testing that begins May the 4th and runs for 2 weeks. So we're trying to get all of that done, have all these other things, but still concentrate on our academics there, and that is a very important time for our students there. I'm going to quickly go over athletics. So it may be a few minutes here. I mean, basically everyone's in some type of playoff, some type of area championship or playoff. Tennis, we'll start with tennis. The girls team made it to the state tournament. They go this weekend. The boys didn't make it. They came really close, but they will be represented. Their number 1 doubles will be represented there, and our number 2 singles. So our whole bunch will be down there, I'm sure. So that is this weekend in Mobile. So good luck to them. Soccer, the boys and the girls are both in Gadsden City on Friday for the first round of their playoffs. And they rented a bus and they're going over there together. I think that's pretty sharp. They're going as they both play, so they're riding together and supporting each other. Softball hosts the area tournament. That'll be the 5th, 4th, and 5th of May, and most of us have been to the area tournament of softball, so you kind of know what's going on there. But everybody come out for that. Track, they're going to the sectional track meet this Thursday. It's just, everybody's in something. Baseball, first round of playoffs this week has been moved. So instead of being Friday, 2 games Friday and 1 Saturday, it's going to be 2 games Thursday, 1 Friday if needed. So it's 5 and 7 on Thursday. I think 6 o'clock on Friday if needed. I think the rain kind of had them to change it. I think that's a smart move, first of all. I really do. And then we also have our spring football game, which is Friday, May the 15th, at home against Buckhorn. So that will be our spring football game in amongst all the other things that we're doing. We're going to throw that into. Last, and probably most important, our ACT scores have come back. I think some may still be coming in, but I'm going to just kind of give you a quick synopsis of it. It went up a lot from last year to this year. I mean, that's the quickest synopsis I can give you. It went up a lot. 3.3% it rose, the average for English language and arts rose 3.3% from last year to this year. And I won't give you the individuals there, but that's a lot from what I understand, especially because it doesn't happen to go up that much. So very, very pleased with that. Thank you to all of those who took place in the testing. The teachers did a great job. Dr. Swindle, Bonnie, they made it happen. Our teachers did the things to get them there, so thank you to them too. Our science, technology, and engineering went up 2 points from last year to this year, which again is a big increase. And we got individuals, we can get to you later, the individuals, how they went, but what a great thing that was to have our ACT scores like that. So thank you to anyone that was involved in that. Questions? I think that's a lot, but it is extremely busy, and that is what it's supposed to be this time of year, and that's why we're here. So, any questions?
You're 4 months into your interim tenure. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Of course. Yes. I appreciate y'all letting me be here. Thank you.
It's been busy.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Kimber?
Good evening. That is exhausting. I want to highlight a few things that we've done over the last couple of weeks. Last week we had our CTE showcase at our school. Some of you guys were able to come out and do anything from sampling food to trying to learn how to use an electric drill. That was exciting. We saw robotics on display. We had a lot of kids that kind of gave us their business venture elevator pitch, and that was a lot of fun. They did a great job. Tomorrow night, we shift over to evening with the arts. And so it will be drama, art, band, and choir's turn to wow us. And I think that'll be a great night as well at 6 o'clock. And I do want to mention, we entered, I think, 4 or 5 art students in the VFW Patriotic Art Contest. And we found out last week that 4 of those have placed, and they will be receiving cash prizes at their upcoming banquet that I know they will not share with me, but I'm still proud of them and wanted to share that with you. We're gearing up for our big Battle of the Classes, which is our end of the year celebration in a couple of weeks. Scheduling is underway, and if you can think about 520 kids, 7 classes each, and do the math, that's a lot of dropping kids in the right classes. I absolutely love it because it's like a great jigsaw puzzle, and Dr. Custa took it from me. And she's doing a great job with it, and I still keep looking over her shoulder and asking if she needs help. She's got it. But I do miss that. That was one of my favorite things. But we're wrapping that, well, we're in the middle of it, I'll be honest, but we're getting there. We are wrapping up ACAP. We finished, the major test, we just got some makeups to go. So Friday, we celebrated ACAP also with a big spin that wheel extravaganza, and, Ms. Stutter did a great job soliciting, lots of little prizes. Some kids won a bag of Takis, and then someone else maybe won a gift card to Target, that I wrestled with them, and they still got it, and, we had lots and lots, we had so many prizes, we couldn't get them all given out, so we're using our mornings this week to announce more prizes, just to say thanks for the kids. It's been such a hard week, and they did their best. These were the kids who showed up every day with their Chromebook charged, did not fall asleep during the test, used their scratch paper. They did all the things, and so they were eligible for these prizes, and we've had a lot of fun with that. It was a really, really tough week last week, of course, and probably my hardest week in 30-something years. But I will say, Saturday morning, you had your pick. You could come to the school and watch West Hartsville Baptist Church come and love on us with a serve day, and our grounds look so great now. When you drive by, just take a look. They did such a phenomenal job. Or you could go to the ball field and watch our 7th grade team play our 8th grade team, kind of in memory of Bryant, and that was really special too. And just to have the whole community come out and support us. So we have, it's just amazing to live in Hartsville and be a part of such a great community, even in such despair. You know, we really came together, and so that was, that was a huge focus for us this past week. And we're just looking forward to the end of the year. I could give you a ton of dates as well, but I know your hands sore from writing all those high school dates, but hopefully you have our dates. We'd love to have you anytime. Come visit a classroom, come to any of these events that are coming up. We love seeing you guys in our school. You're always welcome.
Can I just say something really
Yes.
quick? I just wanted to say to you, Ms. Kimball, being there with you all on Sunday and then on Monday and Tuesday, what a great job. What a great job. Thank you so much for loving our kids like you did, because it was tough. I didn't know that that's something that we signed up to bargain with, but it was. But I saw you all handle that so beautifully, and just to love on kids, because that's what they needed. We didn't need any of that other stuff. We just needed to be loved on, and you all did a phenomenal job. Phenomenal.
Hello. As Ms. Kimbrell mentioned, we have finished our ACAP with the exception of a couple of makeups, and that's our state standardized testing. So that's like our benchmark compared to the ACT and such with the high school. Our students each year, we have Tiger Boys, so they're like our ambassadors, and they come together and they say, okay, what would we be willing to earn? What ticket would we be willing to earn and celebrate with? So they came up with a laser tag experience, and they wanted to turn the HIS gymnasium into a laser tag experience. So that's what we will be doing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday during our PE classes. So again, you guys are welcome to do that. They had to come up with certain things to earn the ticket. You had to give your best effort. I've not seen anyone fall asleep in our ACAP that I know of, but we don't want them just flying through. We don't want them marking answers. We want to give them their best effort using that scratch paper, Ms. Kimbrell. We love that math scratch paper. We want no excuse absences. Again, when kids feel like they belong, when they feel like they matter, when they are valued in the seat that they're in, they tend to show up and do their job. So, and then of course following the Tiger Way. That's the behavioral expectation that we want to see. And again, kids will rise to the occasion. Our drone team, the HIS drone team, competed in the championship there at UAH, the Southeastern Regional Championship. And out of 100 different teams over there, middle school and high school, our 6th grade team scored 12 in skills. So I thought that was pretty great for their first go there. And then we celebrate Ms. Holly Matthews. She's one of our 5th grade math teachers. She received the Superstar Teacher Award for March with the Decatur Morgan County Chamber of Commerce. So you can go on our website, you can go on their website and catch that live reel there. And then SLCs, so student-led conferences, that's our opportunity for kids to showcase what they do. Not just academically, but also with character, because we don't think that's one more thing on the plate. It is the plate, and that's what keeps people post-secondary. And we're just grateful people. We're grateful to be here. We're grateful to have the kids in our building every day, and this past week has shown us that, you know, we might have a bad day, or we might have a student that's an opportunity, but you know what?
Nothing's greater than the love of our people and the love of our community, and that's what makes our tradition so good.
Like everybody has said, especially Ms. Kimbrell, I want to tell y'all how much I appreciate you guys. This past week, I appreciate Dr. Sutherland. We said at the prayer thing that we appreciate you standing in the gap for us and kind of being that buffer for us to try to get some support. Also want to give a shout out to Ms. Gladden because so Kim O'Leary is from Butterflies and Band-Aids. And if y'all remember in the fall, she said, hey, I want to get this grant for a grief counselor. And you think, why in the world would we need a grief counselor? But you never want to use it. But this year at Burleson, we've had to use her class. And so I appreciate her seeing the vision on that. I called Allison Moore. Parker Moore was also instrumental in providing her and giving her direction on the grant that she wrote for it. So I called Allison Friday and I said, I want you to know how much I appreciate you and Mr. Moore for seeing her vision and funding that. Because it was everything's going on. But to know that someone like Kim O'Leary was going to be in my building on Monday to talk to 7-year-olds about grieving their friend, it's a huge burden off my shoulders, it's a burden off my teacher's shoulders. And so I want to thank Dana, I want to thank you guys for, believing in her vision and making sure that we had that support in our buildings. Like I said, we never want to use it, but I was thankful two times this year, unfortunately, to have that available to my teachers and my students. We have Color Run Friday. As everybody has said, it is, ACAP is over. We just have a few makeups this coming week, so we're gearing up for Color Run. It's our largest PE fundraiser. So we'll have that on Friday, and then also plant sale. Our STEM classes have been working hard. Some of you have seen that, where they have been growing their own plants and printing their 3D printed vases to sell, planters to sell. So we'll have that open all day. Our STEM classes will be there to sell those as parents come in for the Color Run. Also in our outdoor classroom, Ms. Halverson has been collaborating with the Alabama Wildlife Federation, and we are redoing our walk pathway. And so the week of May 4th through the 8th, we will have parents, volunteers all that week. Our STEM classes are going to be working with Ms. Halverson all that week, and we're actually pulling up the lumber. Parents are pulling up the lumber. We're replacing all of the pathway that is there and replacing it with a new limestone. And you talk about living in a great place, great sense of community. Vulcan had donated the limestone. I called Commissioner Vest on Wednesday and said, hey, we need to move this. We don't know how to get 3 tons of limestone to Burleson. And he came over, saw where we needed to put it, and the next morning he texted and said, hey, it's there. So, being able to call on those people to help you out in a school system is fantastic. So I really appreciate him helping us out there. Of course, like we said, Drones competed this last Saturday. Ms. Roden was awarded the Volunteer of the Year Award, and I think I spoke about this whenever we talked about sometime this year, but she actually organized all of that regional competition. So she even decorated, and she'll say that's not her strong suit, but she had decoration, she organized it, she made sure we had judges and all those things, so she did a fantastic job. We're super proud of her. And our Flying Squirrels, if you remember Eli, he was the guy with the code. His code didn't win, but it scored really high, and then that team actually won the Judges Award, which is a pretty big deal in a middle school, high school competition, so we're super proud of him. And our choir concert that we brought back our choir this year, that is going to be May 3rd. It's a Sunday at 2 o'clock if you want to check that out. And if you missed Glow Day with Miss Lane, we're doing silent disco on May 13th. I don't have dance moves, so I'm not promising you that. But if you missed out on black lights and glow in the dark, you can come check out.
And to you also, let me say, what a great job. What a great job. And to Ms. Gladden, that was, it was incredible. I want to give it to Ms. Lane too. Dr. Sutherland sent people in there to help bridge those gaps. And I'm just going to tell you something. As a board member, as a member of this community, as a mom and a grandparent, that was the most incredible thing to see and to watch, to walk to one of those little first grade rooms and watch teachers on the floor sitting and talking with those children. I'm telling you, what people don't see about us, that's what they're really missing, because you knocked it out of the ballpark. And I'm just I'm thankful to be a member of this community.
I didn't miss anybody.
Ms. Lang.
Oh, Miss Lamb. I'm sorry, I said Lang and then missed you. I reversed the order.
So we are finished with ACAP. We are just about finished with iReady and Amplify, because if one test wasn't enough, let's do two more. But we're almost done with that. And our second grade is gonna have a party. They haven't had it yet as their reward. Third grade went bowling Friday, and then next week, fourth grade is going to Trash Canvas. So we kind of gradually build up because, hey, they're gonna keep working, even through fourth grade. We are hosting tomorrow's Equipping Minds to the other schools, and our teachers are very excited about it. All of our teachers have truly bought into the Equipping Minds program, but if you know my first grade teachers, you know that this is really stepping out of their comfort zone. One of the teachers looked at me last week and said, "How dare you make me a leader?" She's becoming a true leader in that grade level, and we're excited to host. We have lots of field trips going on. I think Ms. Morton has dubbed us the field tripping bridge, because testing's over, we're going on field trips. May 6th, we are having a couple of culminating activities. Each classroom teacher has selected a landmark in the United States, and their class is learning about it, and they're applying STEM activities. I think one grade level is building the St. Louis Arch, and we're gonna tour around the building, and they're gonna get to see what each class has learned and what they have built. So they'll get to see one another's landmarks. And then that night is our Art-A-May night. All of our students work to make a piece of art. We send it off to a company, they frame it, it looks gorgeous. They're on easels in our library, and parents can come in and pay for them, and it's an awesome thing. So that's on the 6th. On the 8th, we have our violin performances. I think I told you a few months back we got that grant. So all of our third graders are gonna learn to play the violin, and on the 8th, they will be performing in the library too. May 15th is our field day, and it will be at Sparkman Park, and I'm just a little bit nervous about that, but it's gonna be fine. Crestline did it, we will survive too. But and you know, this is the price of progress. Next year, we'll be back on our campus. And then the 18th, we will have our last academic assembly. And I know some of you have come to our academic assemblies, and that hero award that we give for attendance has really made a difference to our students. We hear when parents come to check them out, they're going, "I don't want to check out," you know, because they want that award. So that has been a good thing for us. And then on the 19th, we have our fourth grade moving up ceremony. We don't call it graduation because they aren't graduating yet, they're just moving up. So you're welcome to join us for any of those activities. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna move into action items, which is item 8 on the agenda. So Dr. Sutherland, we'll let you start at the top.
Okay, we make the recommendation to approve the following out-of-state field trips: Barkley Bridge, FEB, and Hartselle High School for robotics, the VEX competition. That will be the 27th through May 1st in St. Louis, except for the high school, and that is actually the 20th through the 24th. And then the High School Medical Academy to attend HOSA International Leadership Conference and Competition, and that's June 16th through the 21st in Indianapolis.
All right, out-of-state field trips, as mentioned, entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Got a motion, we'll give a second to Mr. Will Heights. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right.
All right, and so then I make a recommendation to approve the revised CNP procurement plan. And if you'll see on that page 1 and 2, it's just the state and federal procurement thresholds have changed, as well as some of the forms, but that is based on state and federal regulations.
Okay, got a recommendation for updates to the CNP procurement plan as presented. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Got a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Is this document found publicly anywhere? But I guess if somebody needs to look at it, website.
Yes, and
or
it'll be,
whatever.
yeah, it'll be connected to.
Very good. All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
I make the recommendation to approve the following items as surplus property. HIS would like to declare the following items surplus. It's a Vex IQ field pieces from 25-26.
All right, surplus equipment, recommendation, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion, we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Nagel. All right. Any discussion?
So, on all these, we've done surplus approvals before, does that, I know it goes to a website and it gets sold, correct?
Sometimes if it's usable,
If it's
it is.
usable.
Otherwise, if it's just inventory but it's not usable anymore, it could be discarded.
Discard, okay.
But you
Well,
have
when
to
it
go,
is sold, does it go back to that school or specifically that organization?
Yeah, whatever program and or if it's federal funding or state funding attached, it has to follow.
Okay.
like the car that was surplus
Yeah.
would go back to theater.
Yeah, okay.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I made the recommendation to include the feasibility study. We presented that to you last month, and that is of the complex or land around the stadium, as well as land on the top side of the, it's called the gravel lot, but on the top side of the tennis courts.
All right, you've got a presentation and a recommendation for a feasibility study as mentioned. This will be contracting with Lathan McKee Architects, as described through their proposal and our discussions in the work session. This time we'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Got a motion, have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this particular item?
Do we have a start date? Is it as soon as this is approved, they're ready to move up?
How is this architect group chosen for
They've worked with us on Barclay Bridge and other projects that we've done. They also have lots of work across the state with stadiums and facilities of that type, as well as career tech centers and new facilities of that type. They do not, them doing the feasibility study does not guarantee if we move forward that that's the same company. They just organize that feasibility and the geotechs for us to make sure we have options for the build, for a build. It's not any type of architecture design of what that would look like or anything like that. It's just are those sites able to be built on and at what capacity of the land that we have?
And that will be presented to us at a work session.
It's got a not to exceed number of 50,000. Money is budgeted in this fiscal year. All right. Any others? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
I make the recommendation to reject the bid on the new playground at Barclay Bridge Elementary School. The opening bid was April 7th, 2026.
All right, got a bid rejection recommendation for the BBE playground. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion?
The motion, have a second.
Second.
Mr. Nagel, there you go. Any discussion?
We'll explain that afterwards.
Yeah, we'll handle the
Okay.
next item, so. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right,
Right, I make the recommendation to approve the following: a purchase and installation of playground equipment from Great Southern Recreation. The purchase will be made from Omnia Purchasing Cooperative.
all right, a motion to procure some playground equipment for VBE. Do we have a motion to, approve?
Motion.
All right, got a motion, have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
You might just wanna tell that why we rejected one and then what about
That
that
is a
feeling
little
goes?
confusing. So, several years ago, we bid Barclay Bridge Playground. It came in about $319,000. We rebid that now that we're ready to install that or move forward. It came in at almost $390,000 this time. And so that was quite a bit more than what we had projected. And so the governor just passed a law in this legislative session that said that playground equipment could come outside of the bid process for schools, and that just happened after we had actually bid this. And so what we're able to do now is use this consortium and make that we took a couple things off the bid and made sure that we were getting it more along the lines of what we had spent from our central office staff on FEB. And so Barclay Bridges is putting some money into that playground. Us as central office are putting some money into that program. And so I think we've landed on about 307. When you bid, you only have 10% that you can change or negotiate within a bid process. So we only had $30,000 that we could take something out or rework that bid unless we had to reject it by law. So what this does is allows us more flexibility with the governor's new law, and as well as us trying to not quite spend as much. Miss Lamb had a grand playground, but it was $2,000. And so we are meeting the needs. It's gonna be a phenomenal playground for her kids, but we just knew that that was a little bit more than what we had anticipated with that bid. And so they are gonna get everything they want, but we did have to reject the bid because our wiggle room is only $30,000. We wanted to come down about $60,000. And so now with the governor's new law, we can do that in a little different way. It allows us some flexibility. So they will still get everything that they want. It's gonna be a phenomenal playground. So we're rejecting and purchasing all at the same time. So that is a little confusing, but that is where we stand, and we'll start ordering their playground equipment ASAP.
All right, thank you. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 7.
So I make a recommendation to approve the following: the local adoption of the ALSTE approved list of art education curriculum materials. And I will say as a note, we don't plan to have immediate plans for a specific fine arts purchase, but we do have to go through the process on the required timelines for all local boards of education to utilize those materials in the future.
All right, the recommendation for art curriculum. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Got a motion, have a second.
Second.
Ms. McCutcheon, any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
I make a recommendation to approve the following, based on our textbook committee's recommendation of the adoption of social studies curriculum, K-5 Weekly Studies Alabama Comprehensive Series, and 612 McGraw-Hill Comprehensive Series. And just a note on those are the same two curriculums we currently use. They're just the updated version. And Mr. Mays did have a question. At any time, any parents, community, anyone who would like to view those materials, those are made available from the central office and at the school. So any parent who wants to review any of those materials at any time has the right to review those by state law.
All right, recommendation for social studies, materials and curriculum. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Got a motion from Ms. Holland. Have a second?
Second.
Mr. Woodhite. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
I make the recommendation to approve the following personnel items: employment, transfers, substitutes, retirements, resignations, catastrophic leave, additional duties, and volunteers.
All right, lengthy list of personnel actions. We'll take all these as a lump. Everybody give me a nod or a nod. All right. So as mentioned, those categories, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Got a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All right, got a second. Any discussion?
There's only that one change, right?
Yes, I believe there was one was removed.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, we did that too.
All right, we don't often have people represented on here that are present, but I'll take the opportunity to acknowledge Miss Beth Rabb, who has got a retirement on here, so she's been a fixture in the library for a long time. Thank you.
In a good way.
Yes.
Longest standing Hartsville City Schools employee, correct?
Very good. Grateful for you. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
I made the recommendation to approve the high school, that would be Hartsville High School contract with Dr. Aaron Sheets from June 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2029.
All right, got a contract for a high school principal, Dr. Aaron Sheets, as presented. Details are included in your package. I will entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Got a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Nagel, any discussion on the contract or the hire? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Congratulations.
All right, that was, nice and lengthy, but item 10 is informational items. I want to make you aware of our next board meeting. On the schedule is going to be May the 21st at 7 a.m. We'll probably have a call meeting in early May to handle some personnel items. So you'll be made aware of that as that comes to fruition. Any comments from the board as we close?
I just want to say again, thank you to Dr. Sutherland. Last weekend, she was trying to tend to her own child, enjoy him, got the call that we all got, and she made her way back here to take care of things, and then I was privy, and we all were invited, but I was privy to be there and watch her talk with our junior high and our folks at Burleson. And let me just say how thankful I am for you. She handled that with such grace, and I'm telling you, it was hard. It was really hard. And so there again, our community never ceases to amaze me. I've thought about Dr. Helms a lot this week, thinking, man, she's probably thinking, what in the heck did I get myself into? Bless her heart, she's been thrown with everything that could be thrown to a first-year principal, and there again, handled it with such grace, and I am so appreciative that the way we have loved our students. We have done an excellent job this week, and at the end of the day, that's what's most important to me. We'll educate them and we'll do all those things, but we don't know what life they come from. Our job is to love them and be sure that they're taken care of, and we did a great job with that last week, a great job.
Comments? You good? All right, thank y'all for being here. We'll call this meeting adjourned at 6:57. Again, thanks for your attendance. I hope you have a great evening.